And
yes, once that you feel that you know that you're perfect, now you invest all your faith in yourself. Now, every decision that you made, you will trust in that just because it comes from you. And you are the center of your whole universe. Then if you don't like the way you live in your life, then it's time to make a change. It's just common sense. It's so simple and so logical. Just common sense.
That's so interesting. You know, this is reminding me of when I was working for IBM, and I had just started working for IBM, and actually it had been about a year, and the manager at the time, that was my manager, was giving me all these problems, problem after problem after problem to solve, like the customers that were difficult and the ones that were unhappy, and I was doing my best to solve all these problems, and then at one point he came to me with yet another problem, and I said to him in front of everybody, he's like, "You just want to see me fail." And everybody got quiet, and he says, "You, come into my office." And I thought, that's it, he's going to fire me. And he said, "We hired you. Out of 2,000 applicants, we hired 2 people. We hired you. We have spent over $100,000 training you, and for 7-8 months you have not produced because we've been training you. And now, when it's time for you to produce for us, you think I want to see you fail? You are the one we chose. So just do what you're here to do.
You're here to solve problems.
Yeah,
that's your job.
That's my job. And so we go through life thinking, oh, the world is dumping on us.
Well, you're here to solve problems. It doesn't mean they are your problems. A big difference. There's not your problems. There are problems. You are here to solve the problems. You solve the problems. You do your best.
Right.
And that's it. They are not your problems.
So we live our days, day in and day out, and know which are our problems to solve and which are not. We know what is the truth that we believe in this moment and what is not. And even then, we are skeptical.
Yeah, everything is shifting all the time. What is true right now, maybe in a half an hour is no longer true.
Yes. Yes.
Everything is shifting just like that. The key is to shift as fast as life shifts.
And the only way we can do that is to be here now.
Be alive. It's like being alive.
Wow.
And it's always right here and right now. Always.
You know, the interesting thing is, on one hand, this seems so easy and so logical, as the book is. Actually, both books, the fourth, actually all your books, they're all so logical. And yet, it's like the hardest thing in the world.
It's because we practice exactly the opposite.
The opposite.
Exactly. And that becomes automatic. Then we're programmed to react automatically in whatever we practice in our life. Then with these books, what's happened is that the truth comes and you challenge your own beliefs. But to let go what is already automatic is not that easy. That requires the opposite practice. But you can see that with the time you're getting happier and happier and happier and happier.
And things bother you less and less and less.
Yes, like the 4 Agreements is the introduction of the way of life of an artist. It's like going in any school and you just begin the school. It's like a 4 years of practice or 5 years, whatever. And in the end, it's this 5th agreement. The 5th agreement is like the graduation. And in the end, you say, okay, now be skeptical, don't believe anymore.
Yeah.
And now you know why.
Yeah.
Because you practice these 4 agreements for all those years. You don't take anything personally. You don't make assumptions anymore. You always do your best, and you're impeccable with your word. That means that all the domestication that you have has been dissolving, and in the end, now you find out that everybody lives in their own world, and whatever they say is only their point of view, and it's truth for them, not necessarily it's truth for you. Then don't believe them.
Wow.
Don't believe me, because it's the one who's teaching you right now.
Right.
But mainly, don't believe yourself,
Right.
because it's all practice. All what you learned before is what is talking. Is what I call the voice of knowledge. Knowledge is talking to you, and you call it thinking. And that the voice of knowledge has so many different voices, and they're talking at the same time, and they contradict each other.
Like, actually, I really like this artist analogy, and like a true artist, the artists that study the masters, right? They study exactly how the masters did this and how they did that and all of that. But then they truly become masters themselves when they take all of that and then make it their own.
Exactly.
And that's what you're saying. The 4 agreements, that we're studying the masters, the teachings. And then the 5th agreement is now make it your own. You become the master.
Exactly. Now you're the master.
Yeah.
And when you're the master, you say, oh, I'm a messenger. I always be a messenger. And what is the message? Well, it used to be lies before because I was not aware. But now that I'm aware, now is truth.
At least the truth for the moment.
Yes, of course.
Right. We've been talking about so many interesting things, and you talked about how in the 4 agreements, we are learning how to be the artist and live the life of an artist. And then we made the analogy about becoming a master, and that's the 5th agreement, is mastering our lives and what is truth right now. I wonder if it's too soon for some people to jump into the self-mastery, like the book says, A Practical Guide to Self-Mastery. How do you know if it's too soon? How do you know if you are ready to believe yourself?
Well, you don't know until you do it.
Okay.
It's like you're looking for something and you don't know exactly what you're looking for until you find it. Then when you find it, now you're the master.
So we just start looking.
Start practicing. Practice make the master. You practice until it becomes automatic. The same way that you becomes, you master anger, you master jealousy. It was the result of practicing for so many years. That you just react automatically with anger, with jealousy, with envy, with whatever, even with joy, happiness, whatever is what you're practicing. But it's the same here. You know, just imagine that the planet Earth is a school.
Okay.
Where life is the teacher. And life creates all the events that are happening, and through all those events that affect every single human. Now, you come to this world with nothing, but life is moving you since your conception. Then life is the apprentice and life is the master. Life is teaching life. And everything in between is just for life to experience life. The whole creation is just what is in between life and life. And that's the school of the planet Earth. Our university.
Our university. You know, actually, talking about school and learning, I wonder if this is part of the journey or if it was just my way of doing things. But after years of knowing that there was something else, I finally left the job that IBM that I was talking about, and I finally left my religion and separated myself from my family and everything just to look at something else. And then when I started to find something else, whether it be your book or other people's books and tapes, and I immersed myself in all that, then I wanted to tell everybody what I learned and what they were doing wrong, right? And so that was not good.
It was part of your practice. You was letting go so many things. Then you was doing the best in that moment. You get better awareness, then you stop doing it.
I did. I have. And that's the question. I wonder.
It's step by step.
Well, now I'm not telling people what you need to do this, you need to read. I'm just allowing, and I'm thinking, well, maybe I don't care anymore. Do I not care? What is it?
Well, it's enlightenment. You finally see the truth as it is, and you're not affected by that anymore. You just accept the whole creation as it is. You accept the tsunami in Japan, too bad. And it hurts because they're humans like us, but it comes from nature. It's okay. We survive anyway. And something like that put us together, all of us, to overcome whatever happened. We survived 2 world wars, and not that easy, but we keep going and we keep going. Then we will survive whatever needs to, and it's okay. But humanity is evolving. There are times of crisis and times of stability. And the times of crisis is when all the changes are happening, like right now.
And it's like right now that we are in so need of this kind of information. We have a couple of minutes left, and I just want to make sure that if there's anything that you want to share that we haven't discussed.
Of course I do.
There's a lot, of course.
It's 21st, 2012, the end of the Mayan calendar.
Right.
I ask all whoever are listening to join me to have an agreement instead of waiting for something bad that happened. No, let's change humanity. Let's believe that by the end of the Mayan calendar, superstition and fanaticism will be over and the time of truth is coming with the day 1, which is December 22nd, 2012. Of course, it's not true, like was not true the Y2K. But
Right.
if we all agree, then something may happen. Then I invite everybody to join us to change the world by the end of the Mayan calendar.
Y2K actually is a really good example because we use that time to get our files in order and to get prepared in case. And you're saying, let's get prepared. Let's prepare for a better
The
world.
truth. And let go of the superstition, let go of the fanaticism, and becomes what we really are, even if we don't know what we are. Because we really don't care what we are. Like the dog doesn't care that it's a dog, or a cat doesn't care that it's a cat. Why we have to care that we are humans?
And the dog and the cat are probably better off.
They are what they are.
I mean, they're better off not knowing or not caring. Right, because we get into our ego or our head. Who knows where we go. But I like that. Thank you for sharing that.
Then let's promote and let's get together for the